Namaste, good evening. We are back with yet another episode of Turiya Talks. I'm your beloved host, Sandhya Sutodia, here to talk with an amazing lineup of personalities from all walks of life to keep you informed, entertained at the same time. Today we have with us Mr. Sid Kuller, founder of IF Lifestyle Change Program. We'll know what is IF 90 Lifestyle Program and how it can change you in details. Sir, welcome to Turiya Talk, sir.
Thank you, Sandhya. Glad to be here.
Right. So, to begin the conversation, sir, would like to know more about this IF 90 lifestyle change program and what is it?
Absolutely. A few years ago, I was looking into how we can complete our nutrition, how we can defeat things like obesity and other metabolic disorders such as type 2 diabetes and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. और उसका एक लेवल पे देखें तो वो केवल न्यूट्रिशन से संबंधित है, लेकिन उस न्यूट्रिशन में जो हम चेंज लाते हैं उसको कायम रखने के लिए भी there are many other factors. I mean, for example, if we are used to eating रोटी दाल चावल सब्जी, कुछ खाने होते हैं जो हम खाते हैं, we are used to having it a certain number of times in a day कि सुबह नाश्ता करना होता है, फिर बीच में कुछ खाते हैं, फिर दोपहर को लंच करते हैं, things like that. So IF90 is a protocol that works on 5 pillars that allow us to change our lifestyles and not just change टेम्परेरीली, क्योंकि जैसे हम सब ने देखा है कि हम वेट लॉस तो कर लेते हैं लेकिन वो वेट बहुत जल्दी वापस आ जाता है और कई लोगों में वो वेट जब वापस आता है तो पहले से ज्यादा आ जाता है. So what IF90 does, it helps with that. If you'd like details, I can share. But basically, IF90 is a lifestyle change program that helps create sustainable wellness outcomes in metabolic health.
Right. This is a very, very pertinent question. What is the holistic wellness and how does one complete this individually in the current century?
हम किसी भी सेंचुरी में ले, इनफैक्ट सबसे आई थिंक आज से अगर 500 साल पहले ले, we were probably living a more holistic lifestyle than we are living now. So while it is a need for the 21st century, this probably started a whole long time earlier. So what happens in this IF90 is my program. IS90 is the program for holistic wellness. Holistic, what I mean by holistic in this case is that treating ourselves like 360-degree human beings. कि हमारे केवल मुंह नहीं है. We do not just have a digestive system. We also have our brains. We have our conditioning. We have our emotions. We have a lot of things happening for us. So what IF90 does is that it works on 5 pillars. Pillar number 1 is about dietary frequency. हम बहुत ज़्यादा frequency से खाते हैं. We eat much more than in many more times than required. Pillar number 2 is dietary contents. That means we're eating all the wrong foods. We need to fix that. Pillar number 3 is dietary knowledge. We tend to treat WhatsApp and neighbor wali and uncle auntie as sources of authentic wellness information. They are not. Pillar number 4 is physical activity. रिमोट को उठाने को छोड़कर हम ज्यादा फिजिकल एक्टिविटी नहीं करते हैं. पानी भी चाहिए होता है तो लोगों से पूछने लग जाते हैं. सो वी डोंट रियली मूव अराउंड, नॉट एक्सरसाइज बट जस्ट मूव अराउंड. जितना हमको सिंपली हिलना डुलना चाहिए उतना हम नहीं करते हैं. एंड पिलर नंबर 5 इज सेल्फ अवेयरनेस, कि हमारे जो खुद के पर्सनल पैटर्न्स हैं, हम क्या करते हैं, कब करते हैं, क्यों करते हैं, किस इमोशन की वजह से हम खाते हैं, क्या स्ट्रेस की वजह से हम क्या खाते हैं, स्वीट खाते हैं या सेवरी खाते हैं या कार्ब्स क्या करते हैं. So all these 5 pillars combined, it leads to sustainable holistic lifestyle change.
आप ये क्या पांचों पिलर्स के बारे में थोड़ा बताएंगे, कुछ टिप्स कौन कैसे क्या अचीव कर सकते हैं हम लोग?
जी. So pillar number 1, dietary frequency. Dietary frequency क्यों? Because we eat too often. हम सुबह उठ के सबसे पहले तो अगर वेट लॉस कुछ करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं तो नींबू और शहद और वो कोसा पानी समथिंग, वी स्टार्ट ऑफ फ्रॉम देयर. उसके कुछ देर बाद हम चाय और बिस्किट खाएंगे. उसके थोड़ी देर बाद वी विल हैव आवर ब्रेकफास्ट. उसके थोड़ी बाद मिड मॉर्निंग चाय विद अ स्मॉल स्नैक और समथिंग लाइक दैट. उसके थोड़ी देर बाद लंच. उसके बीच में चाय फिर से आ जाती है, चाय विद समथिंग. उसके बाद वी हैव डिनर. डिनर के बाद इफ अगर यूट्यूब को स्क्रॉल कर रहे हैं बिस्तर में बैठे बैठे और समथिंग ऑफ दैट सॉर्ट, शायद फिर से फ्रिज को एक बार रेड मारेंगे, या रात को 1 कप चाय, रात 1 कप दूध, समथिंग ऑफ दैट सॉर्ट. एंड वंस अगेन वी स्टार्ट द साइकिल. नाउ इफ यू लुक इनसाइड दिस, हमारा जो गैप होता है खाने में, इट इज यूजुअली नॉट इवन 12 आवर्स. वी जैसे मान लीजिए रात को 9 बजे खत्म किया खाना और सुबह ब्रेकफास्ट 9 बजे किया, तो दैट्स अ रीजनेबल गैप ऑफ अबाउट 12 आवर्स. लेकिन नॉर्मली हमारे लाइफ के रूटीन्स में वी डोंट इवन हैव 12 आवर्स ऑफ गैप. वी हैव समथिंग लाइक 7 or 8 hours or something like that, because most people don't even sleep for 8 hours. 8 घंटे की नींद भी हम में से ज्यादातर लोग नहीं लेते. So in dietary frequency, what I work with is intermittent fasting. कि इंटरमीडिएट फास्टिंग कैसे करते हैं, क्यों करना चाहिए, इसके क्या क्या आउटकम्स होते हैं, इसके क्या टारगेट्स होते हैं, एंड वी वर्क विद क्लाइंट्स टू मेक देम अंडरस्टैंड कि ये क्यों हो रहा है, क्या हो रहा है, ताकि दे अंडरस्टैंड इट. एंड व्हेन यू अंडरस्टैंड द बेसिस ऑफ व्हाट यू आर डूइंग एंड व्हाई यू आर डूइंग इट अलाउज यू टू मेक दैट प्रैक्टिस मोर सस्टेनेबल. समझे बिना हम उसको फिर से बार बार क्यों करेंगे अगर हमको समझ ही नहीं आया है कि हमको क्यों कर रहे हैं, राइट? So that is dietary frequency. Now, intermittent fasting has a lot of very nice outcomes. One of those outcomes is improved metabolic health. Number 2 is improved blood pressure, improved blood sugar, improved inflammation status, improved emotional status. So if you look at on one hand, when we intermittently fast, then we have a certain amount of something called the hunger hormone, which is called ghrelin. Now, ghrelin जब release होता है body में, it is also associated with mood improvements. So that is one reason why our emotions improve, our moods improve. Number 2 is typically during intermittent fasting, I also combine it with something called TCR, which is therapeutic carb reduction, carbohydrate reduction. Now, when we reduce the amount of carbs we are having, and that means the amount of glucose that enters our bloodstream, तो उसकी वजह से we also tend to reduce the artificial release, or the externally motivated release of certain neurotransmitters in the brain. अब नॉर्मली जब हम हमारे जो इमोशंस होते हैं, जब मान लीजिए वी हग समबडी और कुछ अच्छा हुआ काम पे या कोई अच्छी चीज दिख गई, तो वी हैव सर्टेन लेवल्स ऑफ न्यूरोट्रांसमीटर रिलीज होते हैं, हमको इतना कुछ फील होता है मान लीजिए. लेकिन जब बाहर से केक, पेस्ट्री, आइसक्रीम खाते हैं तो वो इतना ज्यादा रिलीज होता है. एज अ रिजल्ट जो जिंदगी की छोटी छोटी खुशियां हैं वो हमको ज्यादातर महसूस होना, इतना जिस हद तक महसूस करना चाहिए वो नहीं होता, बिकॉज दूसरे केक पेस्ट्री से इतना ज्यादा आ रहा है, तो ये वाली सिग्नल हमको कहाँ दिखेगी. So by reducing our carbohydrates along with intermittent fasting, this happens. Now, number 3 is that glucose as well as intermittent fasting, glucose reduction as well as intermittent fasting result in lower inflammation levels, and depressive symptoms are also related to inflammation. So finally, we have something in a substance in the body called BDNF, brain derived neurotrophic factor. Or lower levels of BDNF are associated with depressive symptoms. Or intermittent fasting से BDNF के level जाते हैं increase by 50 to 400%. So therefore, all combined, you feel awesome. So that was pillar number 1, into dietary frequency. Pillar number 2 is dietary content. हम समझते हैं कि इस चीज में बहुत ज्यादा प्रोटीन है, इस चीज में कोई कार्ब नहीं होता, बिना तेल के खाना खाओ तो बिल्कुल हेल्दी होता है, और रूखा सूखा मरी बिस्किट खा लो तो बिल्कुल ठीक है, things like that. We've got a lot of myths floating around, and सुबह वो नींबू शहद पीने से somehow miraculously weight loss होने लग जाता है. Lot of things, and जिसके लिए largely our WhatsApp and other such communication from a lot of friends and family we know, but they have no scientific basis. So we need to improve the dietary content, कि हम क्या खाते हैं, कब खाते हैं, we need to improve that. So we need to increase, there's something called nutrient density. Right now what we're having is calorie dense foods, कि उसमें calories बहुत होते हैं लेकिन उसमें relative proportion में nutrients कम होते हैं. So what we want to do is increase the amount of control the calories, not necessarily reduce it, but increase the amount of nutrition in that. लोग अंडा खाते हैं, उसका yolk नहीं खाएंगे, क्यों, कहीं ना कहीं पड़ा होगा. और ये चीज actually it's not entirely their fault. This problem has been continuing for the last 50 years. 50 साल पहले एक अमेरिकन रिपोर्ट में आया था. It was completely wrong. It has been disproven now. लेकिन अभी भी लोग yolk को literally फेंक देते हैं, whereas a yolk is the entire nutritional content of the egg is in the yolk. An egg contains all the vitamins except for vitamin C. But वो सारा का सारा हम फेंक देते हैं in favor of the white. A white में a few grams of protein and some water, some B vitamins, and that is it. Nothing else in the white. Anyway, so that's the dietary content. Number 3 was dietary knowledge. So this is basically to authenticate the sources of knowledge we get and not to work on the basis of social media and things like that, to look for references. So for example, when I write my blogs, I refer to academic sources of information, ताकि मैं जो भी कहता हूँ, it is not क्योंकि मेरे को लगता है, it is because research has been done. Here is a reference. अगर आपको if you don't agree with it, it is not me. It is the reference I've chosen. But if you don't agree with it, that's your call. But the reference is authoritative. And number 4 is physical activity. Now, obesity and weight gain is associated with something called NEAT, which is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So basically, हम ज़्यादा हिलते डुलते नहीं हैं. So that is the association with obesity. So we need to increase that, increase walking a little bit more. Just simple walking every day. अगर हमको, for example, depressive symptoms हो रहे हैं, then that walking goes up to 45 minutes a day, at least 3 times a week. So, but it's just 45 minutes walking. We're not talking about running. We're not talking about having weights. We're not talking about, we're just talking about walking. So that 3 times a week at least. The guideline is 150 minutes a week. अच्छा, that is physical activity. And number 5 is self-awareness. जैसे हमारा मूड खराब हो गया, we have got food associated with every activity, every emotion. We've got some food associated with it. आपको शायद बहुत कम लोग मिले होंगे जो कहते हैं कि आज मैं बड़ा खुश हूँ, चलकर गाजर मिल के खाते हैं. Nobody says that. सब लोग जाकर उनको we want to eat छोले भटूरे, we want to eat your दाल मखनी, नान, ये वो फलाना. It is fine, but I'm not saying we should not eat it at all. We just need to be aware कि हम ये खा रहे हैं. And the other thing is that almost every meal today we are eating is for indulgence and emotions. जब हम बच्चे होते थे तो शायद हमारे कुछ मील्स होते थे जो हमको पसंद नहीं आते थे लेकिन फिर भी खाना पड़ता था. But as we grow into adulthood, we tend to satisfy our emotions with almost every single meal. And if it has to satisfy our emotions to that great an extent, it is very unlikely that it is as healthy as we need it to be. So we need to identify those patterns and work with them. That's the 5 pillars.
Right. Sir, few people do misunderstand the meaning of diet, plan and meal. So आप क्या बताएंगे, क्या करना चाहिए हमारे ऑडियंस को?
मैम, मेरे जो प्लान्स होते, एक समय पर मैं खुद प्लान्स बनाकर शेयर करता था लोगों के साथ, और उन प्लान्स में इतना खाना था कि लोग कहते थे कि मैं खा नहीं सकती इतना. But it was still within the required amount of calories. It used to have all the nutrition and so on and so forth. So it is because we eat calorie dense food that we tend to fill up. Calories भी ज़्यादा हो जाते हैं और nutrition भी कम नहीं हो, nutrition भी कम रह जाता है, and things like that. Now, on one hand, there are, of course, I'm using the word calories very liberally over here, but there is research, by the way, that talks about that calories are really not the only thing involved with weight gain, because weight gain is really a very, very complex process. I'm saying this right now because I don't want comments from the guys who have done the similar research to say that calories ki kyun baat kare ja rahe ho. There are hormones involved. There is a lot of hormonal resistance involved. Lots and lots of things. In fact, there are some factors that talk about a genetic weight predisposition based on a range of weight that we're supposed to be and all of that. But let's leave that for now. Basically, we need to, number one, all of us need to fast for at least 12 hours a day. कम से कम तो 12 घंटे की फास्टिंग कर लीजिए, जहां पर रात को सोते हैं और उसके उठने के बाद मान लीजिए 6 घंटे सोए या 8 घंटे सोए. Let's look at a good case. So at least let's look at it that we finish our dinner at 9 o'clock at night and we have our breakfast at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm just talking about a 12-hour gap. So that's the minimum we need to try to give the body a rest from all the processing that it has to do. Number one. Number two, I would sincerely recommend reducing the amount of carbohydrates. The body, and this is slightly controversial what I'm going to say, we do not need carbohydrates to be orally eaten. जितना हमको ग्लूकोज की आवश्यकता है वो हमारा लिवर अपने आप प्रोड्यूस कर लेता है using protein and using some fat and using various things, but internally produce कर लेता है वो. We don't need to eat rotis and all for that. And the only side effect of reduced carbohydrates is ketosis, which is what people try to do through the keto diet and all that. But just carbs हटा दीजिए, आदत ऐसी हो जाएगा. So जब carbs हटा देंगे, मतलब कि खास करके गेहूं, you will find कि आपका bloating कम हो जाएगा, constipation कम हो जाएगा, energy levels will increase, your skin will become better almost immediately, your emotional status will improve just by reducing or eliminating dietary carbohydrates. And then we don't eat enough protein. हम समझते हैं कि हम 100 ग्राम दाल खा लिए तो 100 ग्राम प्रोटीन हो गया, लेकिन 100 ग्राम दाल में केवल लगभग 9% प्रोटीन होता है. आपके गेहूं में लगभग 12-13% कुछ होता है, but I'm already advocating to remove that from your diet. From legumes like आपका छोले और राजमा, that has got maybe about 12% or something like that. Paneer has got about 11% protein. So protein-rich food does not mean 90% protein. It means even chicken has about 30% protein. तो हम दाल में कितना एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं? So we have to take that into consideration. हम प्रोटीन कंप्लीट करते ही नहीं है, खास करके वेजिटेरियंस. नॉन वेजिटेरियंस का फिर भी थोड़ा बहुत हो जाता है, लेकिन वेजिटेरियंस खास करके नॉट कंप्लीटिंग देयर प्रोटीन, and whatever protein they are getting is not considered to be complete protein. There is some controversy here, but this fact is not completely clear as to whether the concept of complete proteins is absolutely correct or not. But until it is proven false, I would much rather go with it needs to some animal sources such as dairy and things like that. And so we need to reduce the carbs. Fats are not bad. The thing that we need to keep away is the carbs, and we need to complete our protein. These are the three things I would sincerely advise us to do.
Right, right. आप कुछ food recommend करेंगे जिससे protein? You mentioned paneer, couple of other stuff. So would you like to mention few more?
Yes, meat and eggs and fish. Meat, eggs, and fish.
Okay.
And if you're not able to complete your protein for whatever reason, I would suggest just get on to whey protein. There is something called isolated whey protein, or whey protein concentrate. दो आते हैं. Whey protein is a base. उसका एक तो isolate आता है, एक concentrate आता है, from what I remember. And the isolate has got less carbs, and the concentrate has got about 10%, I think, or isolate में लगभग 2%, कुछ ऐसा ही होता है. And some of it is fortified by certain amino acids and falana. But the basic thing is that this is not a chemical substance. It is made from whey. जो दही का पानी होता है, या जो पनीर निकालने के बाद पानी बचता है, that whey, it is made from the residual amount of protein in that is extracted and it is used. So and it is formed into a powder, perhaps through evaporation, freeze drying, something like that. So and it is absolutely fine to take, but you have to take it in the right proportions. Now, the right proportion for protein is roughly 1 gram per kilo of body weight. Strictly speaking, it is 0.8 grams per kilo of body weight. But if you're intermittently fasting and you're reaching 40 मान लीजिए के आसपास, so just round it off to 1 gram per kilo of body weight. Bodybuilders go up to 2 grams per kilo of body weight, and some people even try 3. But I would suggest go with 1 gram per kilo of body weight, which means अगर हम 60 किलो के हैं तो हमको 60 ग्राम प्रोटीन रोज चाहिए. Now 60 ग्राम प्रोटीन means roughly now if you calculate that कि अब इससे if you calculate go do a reverse calculation कि मैं कितना दाल खा रही हूँ, कितना पनीर खा रही हूँ, and all of that, and then you'll find that you're actually getting about 20 grams at the most every day, सालों से, and that creates issues down the line.
Fine. So can we say that there are no big secrets in life? Because if you follow, and of course, there are works involved in that, you need to prepare. And of course, audience, if they listen to sir, what he said, I think they will be able to achieve what they want. More than food, I think now we'll talk about mental and physical wellness. So, इसका क्या relationship है एक दूसरे से?
I'm not a psychologist. However, जो मेरा काम है, it is basically the integration, the confluence of the convergence really of nutrition, of physiology, of our own psychologies and our energy bodies. I'm trying to work with the concept of energy bodies as well. This is a very very new area that I'm looking at. है तो बहुत सालों से, मेरे लिए बिल्कुल नया है. So your physical wellness and emotional wellness and your dietary wellness are all interlinked, because like I mentioned, our dietary frequency makes a big change or makes a big impact on our emotional wellness. Then our dietary contents, for example, reduced carbs and all of that, that makes a difference to our emotional wellness as well, our moods and all that. Then our physical activities, it is well known that exercise releases certain substances in the body, endorphins and all of that. वो भी हम सबको पता है, लेकिन पता तो हम सबको है, लेकिन करते हैं बहुत कम है. लेकिन that's also well known. So with the emotional thing, now the other thing about the emotional side is that most of our emotional issues, most of them, I'm not saying all of them, not even most of them, let's say quite a large number of them, I'm trying to be as non-controversial here as possible, quite a large number of them come from things from the past, usually let's say from early or late childhood and things like that, and or it is the residue of things from there. Because whenever I work with people from the point of view of their metabolic wellness, from why they are not able to stick to meal plans or stick to dietary frequencies, कि intermittent fasting हो नहीं हो रहा है, या sugar खाने की बहुत need है and all that. So this is the part where we have conversations. So simply talking to somebody is immensely therapeutic. And when I say talking to somebody, I am using talking as a means of expression. A lot of people would express themselves, मान लीजिए journals में कुछ लिख दिया कहीं पर, या कहीं पर email कर दिया, या for example social media पे जाके किसी को shout out कर दिया. I'm not recommending that, but that's also an expression. And so whenever we do that, we tend to feel a little bit better. So ultimately, a conversation or a peaceful expression where you have someone who is sincerely listening to you, in a non-judgmental fashion, and is just there to listen, is there to understand, that works wonders for our emotional wellness. For most of us, that is all that is needed. Of course, there are other people who require specialized, qualified help. But for most of us, our emotional dysfunction is very, very effectively addressed simply through conversational expression.
Right, sir. So just two, three more questions. I think one of our audience has asked that, sir, how has corporate individual wellness, it has become very crucial and important during current times?
मैं समझा नहीं. I didn't hear the question now.
हम पूछ रहे थे कि ये जो कॉर्पोरेट इंडिविजुअल वेलनेस प्रोग्राम्स हैं, ये कोविड
जी.
के टाइम पे काफी क्रूशियल एंड इम्पोर्टेंट हो गया है. तो आप
जी.
इसके बारे में क्या बोलेंगे कॉर्पोरेट इंक को?
Ma'am, I would say that so अगर आप देखें तो human interaction is a very, very crucial factor for our emotional wellness, overall well-being, and all that. Simply because, I mean, for example, there is a certain hormone. Simply by touching somebody, that hormone is released. By hugging somebody, that hormone is released. Happiness, love, all those things, hormones are released, and so on. So, in fact, a nursing mother releases a lot of those hormones into her own body. So that there's a certain feel-good thing that happens. And when we look at each other just you and I are looking at each other right now on a screen, just the fact of looking at another human being's face, that releases a lot of certain hormones and all of that, which makes us feel better. Now, if you look at today, what has been happening during the whole COVID time is that हम लोग ऑफिस जाना बंद कर दिए हैं, और अगर वीडियो कॉल्स भी करते हैं तो आधे लोग अपना वीडियोस ऑफ रखते हैं क्योंकि बाल नहीं कंघी करे, मेकअप नहीं लगाया, पता नहीं, all those things which bother us. But we don't we don't really keep the videos on, if you'll notice, for most people,
Right.
most conversations. And therefore, we are missing out on looking at somebody's face. We are missing out on even the human company in a subway or metro se ja rahe hain, even that wo humko nahi mil raha. So we're not getting that, and that, I think, affects our mental wellness to a great deal. Because of the almost complete isolation from human contact, because we are social creatures, aren't we? So therefore, in the context of corporate wellness, I think it is important that corporates begin or seriously consider employee wellness programs or engaging employees in the context of mental, spiritual wellness. It is very important.
Right. So finally, one last question. What is your take on Turiya Talk, sir?
I think you're doing a very interesting thing out here, because you've got what you've got is a channel full of people, and because I am also going to be there, I have to say that these are obviously very nice people. But seriously, it's a very interesting thing, because आप अलग-अलग तरह के लोगों से बात करती हैं, उनके perspectives लोगों के साथ share करते हैं, and these are, and ultimately, if you look at life, all we can do throughout our lives is to gather perspectives, because knowing the truth is something which very few of us do, and even if we do, we will not likely to recognize it. And anyone such as yourself who helps us in the accumulation and the learning of different perspectives has to be doing a wonderful job. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you. So a bit about our guest. So Sid sir is a wellness coach who has worked in different aspects of lifestyle change towards the accomplishment of goals. And you might have different goals. Please do read his blogs and watch this Turiya Talks to know more about things, how you can lead a holistic, happy life. I'm sure you must have liked this show, and we'll be back with the next show next week. Thank you. Namaste.